our last session together. It has been a little over 90 days because there were some changes in between, but it's been a journey, right?
It has been a
I just
journey.
want to learn a little bit more about what this coaching process has been like for you. So my first question is, tell me where you were 3 months ago and why you came to me.
You know what? It's actually sometimes difficult for me to remember where I was because I feel like I've evolved so much in the way I'm thinking. But if I was to try, when I came to you, it was that I wanted to transition. I was unhappy in my role, and I needed clarity. I wanted to try a new area. It was just uh, trying to find clarity in a lot of chaos. And I think I was very much still stuck in a certain corporate fixed mindset. Um, the next questions talk about how have I changed, or should I say that now?
Keep going. I want to get the specifics though. So
the specifics.
Yes.
Okay.
So you came to me. What is your profession? What were you trying to switch to? What were you thinking? Yeah.
So I'm a lawyer and I specialize in insurance litigation. And I was coming because I wanted to transition into a role that was allowed me to be creative but still in corporate. So I was looking at all sorts. I did all the research, went for marketing, learned a whole lot about that. Strategic partnerships, brand management, all the good stuff. Anywhere that I thought could answer this question. And I was saying to Ibiyemi, I am bored and I don't want to be bored in a lifelong career. So that was the problem I came to her with.
Amazing. So what did we work on? What did we go through? What was the process like?
So if I'm going to be detailed, initially it was just like a scoping call, finding where my head was at and understanding a bit more of my journey. I think a question I remember Ibiyemi asking me was like, why now? And at the point, that was something that made me think that why now? Why all of a sudden? I've been a lawyer for how many years? 7+ in Nigeria and the UK. Like, why now? And I found that Ibiyemi kept asking very direct, the important questions. Like, no, honestly, the ones that I'll go home and be thinking, okay, what's happening? So that was the initial stage. She gave me a lot of tools going forward in terms of shaping my CV, my LinkedIn profile. Also, I would say those ones are maybe more the hard skills, like the CV, the LinkedIn profile. There are a lot of tools. So like when I tell you, she broke it down to science in terms of, put the number of this and state this and everything. So it's actually really easy to follow. But I would say probably what was more transformative was the softer skill of my mindset and just opening that up. And like I said, from asking those questions every time we I have had a call with Ibiyemi, I'm always like, wow. Like there's something that has just made me want to like go back and really think about it. And I guess, should I conclude with now the end?
Yes, please. Tell me where we're at now. What has transpired? What is your life looking like?
Okay, so just to start again, I came in saying I want to be corporate. I was even still open to more legal jobs, maybe in media companies, but I was very much still a corporate girly. Now we're full entrepreneur, full chasing creative pursuits, full I'm getting my book published, full like literally the things that have been in my mind, in my chest, in my heart to do, but one doubt or the other sort of filters through. I've let it go.
This makes me so happy. I think when I first met you, so from my point of view, you were definitely stuck in this like corporate bubble. The way that you introduced yourself, the way that you thought about opportunities, the way that you thought about your career was, I have to look and sound like this. Even though I follow you on Instagram, I follow you on social media, and you have a completely different persona. Creative, storyteller, you're a dancer, you put events together, you work on music shows, like you are a creative person through and through. So it just didn't match this like lawyer persona.
To be fair, I hear that, because one thing I would say is that I've never fully felt like myself at work. And I'm not the type of person to hide or not. I'm very authentic. So I would feel that, and I couldn't necessarily pinpoint it, because I got on with the team. Like everything was fine. So what was it? And honestly, it's the work.
It's the work. And the thing about this work is that you can definitely do it for as long as you want to do it for. But if you are misaligned to your core, something's going to break at some point.
Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree.
And I'm glad that you came to me before it broke. I'm glad.
Ibiyemi has been very instrumental in just like easing me through that process, because if it could have been like night or day, that switch where, like you say, if I broke and I'm like, I'm fed up and all of that. But it's been more of, I would say an easy transition, because it's challenging, it's work, but a helpful, guided transition, if that makes sense.
I love that. So coming down the horizon, you have quit the legal job.
Sorry, I'm fine.
You have quit the legal job. You're getting married in a couple of months, and you're moving from the UK to Dubai, and you are going to take a chance on creative entrepreneurship, which looks like telling stories, putting together a podcast, launching a dance, like heels dance class, and like writing your book and finishing that up and telling important stories. How do you feel about all of this change that is literally around the corner?
It's a great. I'm excited. As you were talking, I was nervous. I was like, "Oh my god, oh my god." But I think for me, anyways, and I'll say for most people, every good thing has come on the side of being excited and nervous. It means we really care and you really want it. And I think for me, it's such a beautiful opportunity for me, this timing, to really step into my calling, that my mindset is just maximize. It's like, when can my last day at work be over so that I can focus on this and start,
Exactly. So
exactly.
What is one piece of advice you would say to anyone that is considering working with me, considering making a transition? What would you say to them?
That's a great question. I would say come with an open mind. Yes, I think be open to thinking about things differently, to trying different things, because especially if you're going through a transition, there's a reason why you're going through that transition, right? So you want to be open-minded about what your next step and your next possibilities are. Yeah, I would say that's the key thing.
Be open-minded. I love that. Well, thank you so much. This has been great. It's been fantastic to be part of your journey.
Thank you. If
Now,
you're hoping by journey, if you ask me, how did you get here? I'll be like, it's Ibiyemi, people should not tell her.
I just so miss you. Like truthfully, from day one of like this is what I want to now where like that was not even close to what I wanted. It was just what I knew, and now I'm so excited for the future.
And it's funny. Okay, it's just because I think for a lawyer, I'm not the most traditional lawyer, so I just keep thinking to myself, if I was this much in that box, how are those people? But anyways, that's not my problem.
She's like, I've just picked the box. They can extend their own boxes where they need to. This is tell our stories though, so that other people are also able to overcome some of the boxes that we put in ourselves. Like, yeah, I'm very excited for you. Please.
Are you in Nigeria end of November?
I am not.
Because I know you said you were coming. I don't know if you said end of December.
I will be there first week of December.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know.
All right.
But I will be watching on Instagram. All of the stuff.
All of the things. But thank you so much, Ibiyemi. Like honestly, from the bottom of my heart, like it's been a blessing going through this journey with you, and I feel like it's true, like aligning in the sense that I just always saw you on LinkedIn. We haven't spoken in ages, but I just always saw your post on LinkedIn. I was like, let me reach out to her. And I just couldn't be more grateful. I don't know what would have. It's that kind of situation where you just don't know what would have been if I did not.
Really?
And it's like, yeah, it might have taken me a lot longer. I think it would have happened, but it would have taken me a bit longer.
And a lot of like doubt, that confusion, a lack of clarity. And I think ultimately that's why I do this work. Because I know what it's like to be at a crossroads and just be asking so many questions and just not knowing if any of it is valid, not knowing
exactly.
Am I making this?
Am I the only one?
Real thing? Yeah. No, I know the feeling. I know the feeling more than anything. More than anything. I'm glad that I could be part of this journey. I'll send you an email.
Okay.
We'll wrap up, and I'll let you know how we can keep working together if you want to keep doing that. But I definitely, this is not the end by any means. Not the shimmy. Not the end by any means. Please have a lovely rest of your day and keep you.
Bye.
Bye.